Twitter is molding and spreading misinfo about the new anime rock, paper, scissors. They trained the AI with their own art, yet still get shit on. Releasing AI animations as your own fellow VFX workers are unionizing, and there's ongoing actor strike centered around AI. The downfall of Corridor should be studied. Well, did people think it was bad? Let me see what the comments are. Did we just change animation forever again? Okay, well, let's see what this says. It's got 53,000 likes. People love it. Yeah, nobody thinks this. Yeah, I don't know. They're talking about Twitter? Yeah, but who cares about Twitter? I mean, Twitter's not even their audience. But why would you listen to Twitter? What's wrong with them using AI for art? Basically, people don't like AI art because they think that it disenfranchises people that are artists, because it makes it easier to create AI art and makes hiring artists less important and less necessary, because you can just have AI art do a lot of it instead. That's what their concern is. What jobs do you think the AI will replace? Well, it's going to replace a lot of animators and writers. That's who it's going to replace. That's why they're protesting, and that's why they're mad. The AI video is dog shit. Yeah, I know it is, but like a lot of animation videos on Twitter are dog shit. So like, what's the difference? So just because something is dog shit on Twitter doesn't mean that if like a AAA studio used it, doesn't, like, they could probably do a better job. They can get mad all they want. They just can't stop technology and advance AI. It's sad but true that progress never stops. Yeah, I think so too. Replacing actors, they're scanning them. Yeah, didn't they kind of do that? Don't they have like James Earl Jones? Don't they still use his voice for Darth Vader? Even though he's not actually voicing the character, I'm pretty sure they do. So like, that's a good example, and like, nobody complains about that. I don't think anybody even gives a shit. He gave them the rights, it's different. He gave them the rights, it's different. How is it different, Will? How is it different than this? Yeah, I know that he gave them the rights. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. The issue is not AI, it's that they're releasing during the strikes. That's stupid. So like, everybody, like, are they even part of the... I don't know, like, I don't think that you should... It's always a mistake to think that everybody needs to be on your side, and anybody who's not on your side is against you. Like, if I've never seen a single movement that takes that approach be successful. I've never seen it happen, because nobody wants to be pushed onto one side by somebody who thinks that like they have this moral authority to do it. I've never seen that be a positive. Yeah, all the Corridor video is done by them, no consent's needed. Yeah, exactly, that's what I was saying. Or that's what I was thinking, at least. Let's see here. The same people would be molding about how using brushes and canvas is unethical. You have to use your fingers to paint on the cave wall to be a real artist. I think here's what the real problem is. That's just their argument. I don't agree with it. Learn the code. AI enjoyer here. Well, why would you learn the code? AI will just do coding too. I think that they should learn a trade. Like, go be a plumber. You know, go be a carpenter. It'll be harder to replace that than a programmer. Truth is. But anyway, so whatever they say, AI is trained on art not owned by the companies rowing, therefore stolen art. But they forgot most artists train themselves on someone else's art as well, so whatever. Here's what the truth is. And I've said this about AI art before. I think that all of this concern, the real concern is not actually about writers losing their jobs. It's about writers not being able to have any fucking money. So, like, it's not... I don't think the company should be responsible for paying the writers, because they can write their own stuff on their own whenever they want. But the problem is that they can't make money doing it. So the issue is that they can't make a living and take care of themselves while being writers. And in my opinion, I don't think that's the responsibility of the companies. It's not. Because the company, their responsibility is to make money, and the government's responsibility is to take care of the people. So whenever you expect the company to do the responsibilities as the government, I don't think that's a very good idea. By that logic, all art is stolen. Eventually, well, what I'm saying is that awful takes. No, I don't think it's an awful take to say that a company should not be responsible for providing jobs to the public. That's not their function. A company's function is to deliver a product to the public and to make money for it. That is the function of a corporation. It is not to provide welfare to the public. It is to provide a service or a good and then receive money for that service or good. Do you know whose responsibility is to provide welfare to the public? It's the fucking government. Stop blaming some corporation for what the government should have done 30 years ago. What are you doing? You really think you're going to bully Warner Brothers into doing this? Well, then what about every other company that's going to do the same thing? By that logic, companies shouldn't pay people? They're not. That's why that's the whole problem. That's the whole point. So we should stop using checkout at stores. That too is AI. Should we stop using checkout at stores? Let me hit my head a few times. That way, maybe I'll start understanding that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just yeah. I'll have to hit my head a few times, and then we'll understand it. He said it in a dumb way, but self-checkout at Walmart's do have AI called Optic AI on. Well, like, okay, so let's logically think about this. What value do checkouts serve? Why? Like, if you could theoretically have an account with the, like with a grocery store, and you could walk in and walk out of the grocery store, and upon walking in and out, it would automatically scan every product that would go through the doors, and it would also scan some sort of card that you have in your wallet, and then would automatically charge the account that you have attached to that card with no need of checkout for any reason. Wouldn't that just be better for everybody? Because I'm pretty sure that would just be better for everybody. And it would make everything go faster. It would save money for the company. Why would this be bad? It would save each individual customer more time. Are you saying that we should have cashiers there just so they can sit there and put items across a little clicker, and that way they have a job that's more important? No, that's a completely backwards way of thinking. If we thought that way, we'd have never had the Industrial Revolution. It's stupid. Why waste time? Time in lines? Your time is more valuable than that? Well, that's what these people don't understand. Your point is really good, but ask yourself why employers don't want that. Because keeping their workers dependent upon them allows them to dictate terms. Well, that's stupid. So do you really think it... Wait. So what is more dependent on you? A fucking computer that you program to do exactly what you say that never unionizes unless Skynet happens? Or a 19-year-old stoner that shows up late and then fucking scans the wrong items or forgets to scan things half the time? It doesn't even make any sense. Maybe Asmon should open a book about historic materialism because he's half right, but that half prevents him from seeing why he's half wrong. Well, if you knew what book to open and you knew what you were actually talking about, you'd say I was wrong, rather than just make an argument to authority and have no example. Yeah, I know what you're doing. And who's to say the book is right? What do you think, some book is right? You go back and read books of what they think is going to happen 50 years from now, 50 years ago. Half of them are fucking wrong. They got no fucking idea what they're talking about. Oh, because it's in a book? Who cares? The fuck did they know? People never have employees don't understand their take. Well, it's not about that. It's about, I don't know. Is the whole argument about AI that it makes some people's jobs obsolete? Same thing goes for automation. I'm not against it, just saying it. Yeah, and I think that's fine. That's just what happens. The problem is that you are right. It's not the company's job, but the government. The government doesn't actually do anything, which is all people see, so they blame the company. It feels like a lose-lose. Where people just point fingers at companies? Well, yeah, I mean, people do blame the companies, but it's just stupid. The reason for a checkout isn't convenience. It provides people with a source of human interaction. It might not seem like much, but we're social creatures. Human psychological professor here, and that's what you're saying? So the checkout isn't for convenience, it provides... well, I mean, then you immediately... Like, I don't understand, like, so what the logic with that is. So like, because humans are social creatures, the checkouts exist for that reason. Well, then why does Amazon exist and why does self-checkouts exist? That just immediately disproves itself whenever you think about it for 1 second. Also, going to a grocery store with other people is a fundamentally social experience to begin with, even if you're not talking to them. It's just, again, doesn't make sense. You gotta love whenever people whip out their degree and aim it at you. I don't know. I wish they had brought a better example, to be honest. Do you think that once we make AI to have the menial jobs, we can put humans further to have a second industrial revolution? No, I just think most people won't have jobs. That's just what's going to happen. People using technology to chat now. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, put all the pigeons out of work. But yeah, I think overall, I think this is really silly. And I think that it doesn't matter how much screeching and reeing happens on Twitter or any other platform. The companies that use tools that are more effective will win. That's just how it is. That's literally it. And it's just, I'm trying to think, has there ever been a time in the entirety of history where that was not the case? I do not believe so. I could be wrong, but I can't think of one right now. Times published an article by one of the creators of the regressive algorithm, signed by many brilliant minds, that also agree to the possible detriment of AI. I think that most of the people that are unhappy about AI, their problems with AI are contextualized around the lack of social structure to control the rapid societal changes that it will create. So it's not really against AI. It's against having AI without having the social structure to support it. So, and that's a very important distinction in my mind. It's a huge distinction.